Welcome back to another episode of Never Watch Alone, where you'll never have to watch a movie alone again. I'm your host, Tim Lifeit, and joining me, as always, is Sean. How you doing, Sean, man?
Oh, I'm doing quite well. I'm looking
Oh,
forward to this
dude.
one.
Yeah, man. We are in the final bit of our fucked up February, and we're saving. We thought we'd save well, we're not. I don't think we're saving the best for last per se, but we're still keeping it mighty weird for this one. And I guarantee you, and we'll explain at the end of the podcast, this is all going to tie into our next month's theme. But that said, death to Smoochy. And if y'all want to just like get straight to the podcast or the commentary, as always, there's a sync button below to let you know when the actual commentary begins, and you don't have to hear all of our perceptive bullshit. So yeah, man, death to Smoochy. This is a fucked up weird one. And how did you hear about this movie, Sean? I'm really curious.
Well, it was actually really strange because I do remember, seeing trailers and stuff for it, but then it came and went so fast I didn't have a chance to see it in theaters.
Yeah.
And so I ended up seeing it a year or two later on a friend's recommendation, and I just could not believe that it didn't do better, and it definitely deserves the cult following that it now has. And I've been familiar with DeVito's work as a director for a long time. When I was young, I saw Throw Mama from the Train, and
Yes.
I have fond memories of that movie, and just it very much set in my mind his kind of style and comedic sensibilities, like as a director. And I think this is the truest comedy film he's done since then. And then he has titans of acting in there, like Edward Norton and Robin Williams, and it's just a recipe for delightful entertainment.
Yeah, man. Because well, it's funny that you say that you heard about it and then it came and went. That's probably because a lot of people really fucking hated this movie when it came out. It's kind of crazy. I think the reason why they didn't like it so much when it first came out is because this was early 2002. This came out in March 29th, 2002, and I don't think a lot of people were really interested in seeing a mean-spirited dark comedy right after 9/11.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a possibility.
That
I having lived through it, I can't even express to you properly the amount of things 9/11 massively messed up.
Yeah.
One of the what I consider one of the best comedies of that era, um, has gone and remained completely under the radar because it involved a terrorist attack, and then 9/11 happened, and so they couldn't release it, but they'd already spent the entire advertising budget, and so it went nowhere. Like, it got released like 6 months later, and with no advertising, and it just completely bombed. And to this day, I'm just like, no, seriously, go watch Big Trouble, like with Tim Allen. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I suspect this because honestly, like, you can see that it's this is clearly a movie where there really is no in between because it's such a strong character movie or character of a movie, not just like a character driven, but a character of a movie, in its eccentricity,
Right.
that you really have no choice to be like, well, you can't really say, well, it was okay. You either love this movie or you fucking hate it.
Right.
So, I can imagine, because did you ever read Roger Ebert's review of it?
I have not.
He hated this movie. He hated it. He actually named this movie the worst movie of the year for 2002.
Wow.
I know. He was. I think I'm gonna read an excerpt from it. He's like, to make a film this awful, you have to have enormous ambition and confidence, and dream big dreams, and only those with lesser talent would have the lack of nerve to make a film so bad and so miscalculated, so lacking any connection with any possible audience. So he really hated the movie, and a lot of the other critics, they were not a fan. And you know this? Did you know that Robin Williams actually received a Razzie Award for worst supporting actor?
Wow, I was
for this
not...
for this movie. But guess what? Do you know who actually won the Razzie for that year? Hayden Christensen for Attack of the Clones.
Well deserved.
Well, I really don't like shitting on Hayden Christensen. I think he's terrific when he doesn't have to say any lines. But unfortunately, Attack of the Clones gave him a lot of shit to say, and it was fucking bad.
Look, I'm just gonna be blunt about this. I do not make any calls on him as an actor based on that movie, just because some actors need good direction to do well. And here's a perfect example. Natalie Portman has an Oscar. Directed by Aronofsky, she did an amazing performance. Her performances in those movies are not good.
So they're not.
She has the talent, but she needs a good director who can coax it out of her. Now, some people, some actors have that natural talent, and good or bad director, they're going to come in there and knock it out of the park. And Ewan McGregor is the perfect example of that in those films. But not every actor is that way.
I also like citing Ian McDiarmid as well as the Emperor, because in all three of those, he is phenomenal to watch. Just, no, you will die.
Yeah, and you know, if anyone who's really looked into the craft of acting, listened to interviews with a lot of actors, that kind of stuff, there are definitely different approaches to the craft. And you kind of, if you're a director who is not getting what you need from certain people but are from others, you might want to learn from that and, you know, either bring on an assistant or have, you know, or make sure you are casting people who work to your ability.
Exactly. And, you know, I honestly think that Robin Williams, I don't think he really earned that Razzie. I just think, you know what I imagined him on, and I'll probably go into this more when we see it, but I imagine just Robin Williams, you know, being in, or like being like, can I do this? Like, can I be just really, really mean? And Danny DeVito is just like, yeah, like he's let loosing a beast that really should not have been let loose.
I mean, I don't necessarily agree with that, but that's just because I think it's the logical place to go, and I agree with what I don't know how do I put this. I think if you're gonna have a character that's playing a takeoff of a Mr. Rogers or something, like, you can't half-ass it. Like, you have to go hard, because like, he is the most iconic person of niceness out there. You can't have like a kind of nice person. If you're gonna parody that, like, you have to hard go at that. And I think that was the right call to make.
Well, it's tough because I honestly am, because, you know, even though I grew up with the later Mr. Rogers, because, you know, I was born in '93, and only saw like the very late stuff that he did. But in my later years, and I look at some of the parodies that they've done, and I'm like, because I remember, I think it was the documentary that I watched of Won't You Be My Neighbor, which is a documentary about Mr. Rogers' life. Mr. Rogers actually loved when people parodied his stuff, but he really didn't like it when it messed with the philosophy, and I totally understand that, because looking at what he did today in retrospect is probably one of the most noble and beautiful things that a person could really do.
Right.
For children's television.
I completely understand, but follow me here. If you have to play a twisted evil version of him, you can't make him kind of nice. You have
Okay, I see what you mean. So you really have if you want to do the anti Mr. Rogers, and because he's so nice and so wonderful, you have to make him as mean-spirited and evil as possible. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like you can't half-ass that, because then it's like it's disingenuous, because you have to show that it's like, oh no, this man is pretending to be a Mr. Rogers for the money, for the fame, for that stuff. He's actually a train wreck, and that's how you have to portray him.
You know, I know this is a weird tangent because I know we're going all over the place, as we usually do. It's okay. It's a podcast. This is what we do. But there is one thing that I've always, not bringing this up, there is one thing that I've always been fascinated what would just happen. If you took in one corner, I feel like I'm, hyping it. In one corner of the room, in this corner, Fred Rogers. In the other corner, Fred Phelps.
Oh, gosh.
Now I just want to see those two men in chairs talking philosophy. Exactly. That's why I'm like, I want to see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, but whatever it is, I am beyond fascinated. Someone make that a movie. Or just like a parody thing. Like, it's a talk show, Fred Phelps, the Fred Rogers, and it's 1991.
Oof.
That would be fascinating to watch. And you know what? I just it would give me so much hope to us as a species to see Mr. Rogers getting to Fred Phelps.
Well, yes, but fantasies, woulda, shouldas, whatever. Let's why don't we actually dive into this train wreck of a delightful... I mean,
yeah.
There's no mistake. It's a train wreck, but it's an intentional one. That's what makes it fun. It's like, what happens when you take the gloves off?
It is a train wreck, but it is a beautiful paint. It is like a beautiful painting of a train wreck that was hauling horse dung. Rhino dung. That's what this movie is. It is a beautiful painting of a train wreck carrying a lot of rhino shit. So, that said, for those of you, okay, so I actually looked it up, and Death to Smoochy, kind of a hard movie to find without paying for it. You can find, like, just with most movies, you can find it on Amazon Prime or Vudu or Google Play or YouTube. Obviously, got to do a down thing. You can always pick up a Blu-ray copy, but either way, however you choose to get it, the internet is a vast place. That's all I'm saying. We have the movie queued up, and we're ready to hit play. So when you're ready to hit play, let's do this, and we are going to get this bad boy started in 3, 2, 1, click. Here we go. And already we've got the dumb music.
Yep.
Already, if that music isn't a cue that you're in for a ride, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah, they do not give you any chill. Like, they hit you over the head with this right from the start.
Oh, yeah. And right away, we've got Smoochy the Rhino. And of course, what a wonderful image to start on, where they just shoot him in the face.
Yep.
This, can you imagine like a very misguided parent taking your kid to see this movie,
right?
Thinking like, oh, it's gonna be like a Barney show. Like, wouldn't that be funny? And it starts off like that, and you're like, oh God, hide your children. And then Robin Williams shows up with this shit, and you're like, oh, maybe this will actually be okay. Maybe. No, it's not. It's not. And again, like I said, we like to shit on Hayden Christensen for, whenever, I don't like sand, it's rough and coarse, but Hey, he didn't. Can we at least acknowledge that Robin Williams really acts his ass off in this?
Oh yeah. But then again, I don't think I've ever seen Robin Williams phone it in. The man is always on.
Yeah, it's as a matter of fact, it's actually kind of hard to turn him off, you know,
Yeah.
and withhold him. Although, you know what I find really, really interesting? This was the same year 1 Hour Photo came out.
Yeah.
Which, if you've ever seen, I've only seen bits and pieces of it, but he is amazingly restrained in that movie. And you know what? Now, okay, this just hit me now. He did this movie to counterbalance 1 Hour Photo. He's like, look, 1 Hour Photo, that was really tough, and it was really challenging, but I was holding too much in, and I just had to let loose. So Danny DeVito called me in and went me to, like, hey, you want to be this horrible children's teacher? And and I'm like, yeah. Oh man. Also, you know what else came out? It's so crazy. 2002 was a weird year for Robin Williams because you know what else he did in 2002? Insomnia with Christopher Nolan. Do you remember that?
Wait, sorry, which one?
Insomnia?
Oh yeah.
Because that's another one where he's fucking great.
Yeah.
With Christopher Nolan, man. So I imagine he's like, I did these really, really dramatic roles. He's like, I just need to be let loose.
Oh.
You gotta really love the name Rainbow Randolph. I'm such a fan of alliteration.
But I mean, come on, Patsy's Bar, like that kind of joke. I'm like, I love it. He was made a Patsy in Patsy's Bar. Like,
honestly, he probably should. Even an idiot should have seen that one coming. Oh, I forgot. That's right, Jon Stewart.
Uh-huh.
Jon fucking Stewart is in this, man. God, what other? I'm trying to think. What other movies has he been in recently? Because it's been a hot minute since I've seen. Because I know he recently directed a movie. I'm trying to look up what it was because again, it's been a while. Yeah, he did a movie called Irresistible with Steve Carell, Chris Cooper, Mackenzie Davis, and it was kind of a political movie. But yeah, I'm trying to remember when because I can't remember outside of him being a cameo of himself. I think the only other place I've seen him in is Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. In that weird cameo.
He didn't do a whole lot of this kind of stuff once, later in his career.
Well, yeah, as soon as the Daily Show really picked up, like that's when he's like that's when he just went full in. And actually, this was around the time when Jon Stewart was really starting to pick up with the Daily Show, wasn't it? Because didn't that start in like 99, 2000?
Yeah, I think so, actually.
Sweet. Oh man, this script is something else. And you know what? Honestly, I just like Danny DeVito would be the one guy who would jump on this kind of shit. You know? Idiot.
Hold up. Regular Friday night gig at a methadone clinic. Like, it's those kind of jokes where it's just like, oh my god.
Wow. We are only about 6 minutes in, man, and it's already...
And she is going
like,
to
Jesus.
the methadone clinic. Like... It's these
In
kind
all
of
fairness,
subtle jokes that people just don't pay attention to.
in all fairness, though, I will say this. This scene where he's singing about getting off the smack is weirdly wholesome. Don't you find that weirdly wholesome?
Yeah.
Off this smack, get money right off your back. Get your life on track. Oh yes, we will.
And they're all just checking nods.
Yep. And you also, and plus, you can definitely see Danny DeVito kind of his directorial style coming through with the many Dutch angles,
Yeah.
and the wide angle lens. That was weirdly Matilda was the one time where somehow that weird style of shooting really worked. Also, when was Matilda? I'm trying to remember.
I think it was 06.
Was that? Okay, so this was after Death to Smoochy. So if that's the case, then hang on, I'm just double checking myself. So
Sorry, the delivery in some of this just gets me.
Man, Edward Norton. It's crazy that Edward Norton would choose to do a movie like this, especially after he just gained mega superstardom with, winning the Academy Award for American History X and then doing Fight Club. It's actually kind of amazing that he would just I can do this. Like I can go from neo-Nazi to, Barney knockoff.
Oh, well.
Oh,
I mean, he's definitely been one of the more, it's like, hey, I've been nominated for many Oscars, but I'm going to do the weirdest stuff in the world.
I actually really, really respect that a lot.
Well, he's also notoriously difficult to work with, though, so...
Well, honestly, it's just because he expects a lot of professionalism, Because I hear even the people that he disagreed with are... Oh, God.
He mixed that up himself, by the way.
Yeah. I need to... wash that bad taste out of my mouth. Because... no! Stop it! Stop! Ew! Ew! Okay, something tells me this had to have been one of his notes. He's like, look, for some reason I just want...
Sorry, the random outburst and delivery, just the waste in this movie, it makes it really hard to do a running commentary because you just break down.
Well, it's like, look at because really, it feels like the hot dog, the soy hot dog, that feels like Edward Norton's note, Like, it feels like it's something that he came up with the idea with, and they ran with it like, yeah, let's... as I was watching this unfold, do you know who I imagine Edward Norton really studied for these kiddie shows? I imagine he didn't watch a lot of Barney, but he watched a lot of Blue's Clues. Because the way
that's loaded.
No, really, because I imagine it's not. I'm not trying to be weird about that or anything. I'm just saying, I know it's fucked up February. You're supposed to be weird, but just the way he holds himself and how overly nice he is, and especially with his choice of haircut, he makes me think of Steve from Blue's Clues.
I mean, I can see it.
Yeah, man. I imagine that's kind of what was going on there. I love this montage. He's trying to get the Rhino ears just right. What is right here, the Academy Award winner, who played a neo-Nazi.
No, nominee, not winner. I don't think he actually.
No, he won.
I don't think so.
Did he? I'm pretty sure he won. I'm 99% sure he won that award. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Oh wait, no, you're right. He totally did. He was only nominated.
Yeah.
But either way,
I mean, it's a great
Academy
performance,
Award.
but...
Oh, absolutely. Honestly, American History X is a fantastic movie. Hard to watch, but has such a wonderful message at the end. Even though it's a very bittersweet.
Yeah.
This movie is just... It's funny how we talk about how, American History X, very bittersweet movie, has noble cause from a horrible place. Right. It's weird how you can say the same thing about this movie, but in a totally different tone. Oh yeah, this movie is bitter and sweet, but for totally different reasons. Right. Unfortunately, it doesn't have anything nice to say, or it doesn't have anything good to say from a bad place. It's just it's just from a bad place for comedy, for the sake of comedy. I do love how he plays himself up for this shit. Even I wonder what Robin Williams was basing his performance off of this, because I imagine he's like thinking of all the pretentious assholes and studio execs that he's gone through the years, and he's like, I'm just gonna take a big caricature and just go nuts.
Yep, it's like, I have met all the assholes in the industry, and here is my take.
And I And look, we got to call this movie out. It is a bad movie. It really is. Is it entertaining though? Oh boy, it is. Because you can tell the actors, and especially Danny DeVito behind the camera, they must have been having the time of their lives. Look at how much they're hamming this up. I can actually feel, Jon Stewart being infectiously hammed up here, like he's so inured by Robin Williams, he's just starting to play it up himself. Nothing. Just give me a few, man. Just give me a little bit of cash. Oh my god. And you would think that this movie is moving a little too fast for like two kitty hosts versing, but it's amazingly battle, because you would think like, okay, so we are 15 minutes in. You would have think like by the half-hour mark in this 90-minute movie, he would have declared war, But because they declare it early, they give you so much more time for more battles between these two.
Right.
And you wouldn't think that would work, but I don't even know if it works. Oh my god, the earnestness of this. I really hate to make this political, but I'm sorry. I am seeing the worst of the Democrats and the Republicans in these two men. The Democrat, like the really really think about it. just the Democrats who want the best for everyone, just we have to share and all these things and have all these expectations, but we're not going to bow down to your corporate masters. And then you have the Republicans that just want to fucking get money. God, that's so disturbing and also really funny.
It's just like an entertainer who doesn't understand that entertainment is a money-making machine and not necessarily like idealism or art. Like you're working for a major studio. They want money. They don't care about your integrity.
Again, like Simpsons always has a great way to articulate like almost everything in the universe because they've been on for fucking ever. But it's that great moment with Krusty's like, "Hey, it's not art, it's business." Lights cigarette with a $100 bill.
Yeah.
So, and he's like, and of course, it's not just the money; it's also the ratings too.
Catherine Keener is so perfect. She is so perfect, like as this like executive type person.
She really knows how to play like mean bitches, doesn't she? But it's not just business either. It's also ratings because it's like what's wrong? This show's critically acclaimed. Acclaim? Look at these ratings. Look at the hell with acclaim. Look at these ratings. So, what the hell? Some of these lines, I swear to God. Because I know that Danny DeVito did not write this script at all. Like it was Adam Resnick who weird. You know what he weirdly did before writing for this? He was writing for the late. He was writing for the Late Show with David Letterman before this. How strange is that?
And
there's the man himself. Hey-o! Oh, man. So is there any Danny DeVito movie that he's directed that he doesn't appear in it? I'm trying to think.
Not that
I know he did Hoffa.
I mean, I don't know. Not that I can think of off the top of my head, but I haven't seen everything he's done.
Okay, because really, I got to take a step back for a moment and be like, man, it is so courageous for these directors to stand in front of the camera as they direct themselves. Because I've tried that before as a filmmaker. I could not do it. I tried directing myself. I couldn't do it. And I was like, look, I will act in a movie so long as I trust my director. I don't trust myself to do this kind of shit. So,
yeah, I listened to an interview recently of a woman who's directed herself in a TV show, and it's just like she's literally having to call out her own missed performances on dailies to be redone. And I'm like, that's got to be hard.
Yeah, no, it has to be, because I look at people like Clint Eastwood and Orson Welles and all these. Danny DeVito's another. I like how do they get in front of the camera, direct themselves? Or another one. This one is like magic, actually. Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Mel Brooks is notorious for whenever he's directing other actors, he's like, try it this way, do another take, let's go one more time, try this, that, and the other, and they do always a couple multiple takes. Anytime he is directing himself, he does it in almost one or two takes, and that's it.
But then again, I haven't seen him disappoint me.
which is weird, because I would be the exact opposite way. I would be like, do a lot of rehearsal, a lot of pre-takes, and all that stuff, and try to get it right in like a couple of takes. But for me, I can't see myself, and I just have to keep doing it over and over and over again. So how directors manage to act in their movies, and not just like cameo roles. I'm not talking like Hitchcock or anything, but be integral roles of the movie. That's nuts.
Yeah.
I can't. I really don't know how they do it. Also Sylvester Stallone is another great example of that. Damn. Like, guys, professionalism, tone it down. Like, this is yeah. It's true, though. It's true.
Well, I mean, look, I'm sure. I mean, how do you think Disney looks at people?
Oh my God. Oh God.
I mean, there was that one, like a family
How did
guy.
he get in?
Dude, he knows the ins and outs of that studio. Are you kidding me?
You know what? That's actually a good point. That probably is his old. Wait, isn't that his old stage?
That's his old stage. So he knows all the quick.
The layout feels radically different.
Well, yeah, because they had to rebuild the stage, but he knows like how to get onto that soundstage, the quick entrances,
His card probably hasn't expired yet to get in. I will say this, really, like, no matter how you feel about this movie, you cannot deny. Can you imagine how much fun working on this movie would have been?
Oh my gosh.
And plus, like, say what you will about Danny DeVito's work or whatnot, love it or hate it, he is a fantastic human being. I would love to hang out or work out, or hang out with him or work with him. That would be amazing.
Dude, I mean,
amazing.
He's the kind of guy that's just like, can I just buy you a drink, please?
Yo, for real, like, just. And he's like, he'll be like, oh no, thanks, that's fine, I'll pay for it myself.
They're using this song.
So strange. How many kids are gonna get this 2001 reference? For real. I mean, I know that movie's rated G and everything, but no, really, how many kindergartners have seen 2001? What? And of course the Star Child appears. The crazy lighting on Robin's face. Oh my God. Energy boost, yeah. This is actually one of my favorite scenes in the movie, where he pulls out the cookie. Get the cookie. And what I love is the way he plays off of it. It's that was actually a very clever playoff, actually. And of course, he just bursts in. It's a cock! It's a cock and balls! Oh my god. Full foreskin.
Oh my
Dude,
gosh.
oh my god. Dude, Robin Williams quips, man.
Oh, he always
fucking
does.
great. Also, his poor stuntman in this movie. You notice there's a lot of pratfalls and a lot of slapstick shit going on with his character.
Yeah.
You look at him and you're like, oh, that poor stuntman. I also feel like, because like I said, Edward Norton has always been like, been kind of a hard ass, but again, he just really, really wants perfectionism and professionalism when it comes to his stuff, which, you kind of understand as an artist, but somehow I imagine this is the reason, like his attitude for professionalism, his character's, push for professionalism is like 90% of the reason why he took this job.
Yeah.
Also, I just be like, hey man, you know what would be really funny? Like, I just got nominated for Academy Award for playing a skinhead. How funny would it be if I got to play in a dark comedy where I was basically Barney?
Right?
Like, how funny would that be? Also, I'm sorry, but that haircut on Jon Stewart is not doing him any favors. Whoa. Wow. There's another thing about Jon Stewart that I will gladly get into the most friendly argument possible. I know he is a big-time fan of New York pizza, and his famous downplays of Chicago pizza. As a former Chicagoan, I would love to get into the greatest argument with it, like a great shouting match with Jon Stewart over this, because damn it, Chicago style pizza is better. And I honestly would love to get into like a big fight with him, and then just shake his hand and like take a picture with
Dude,
him.
I'm about
like,
to fight you right now.
What?
I love
New York.
Hold on, I love Chicago style. I literally have half a Giordano's in my fridge right now.
Oh,
but
Giordano's.
Like, it's good, but man, I'll if I have to like pick one to go, I want New York to stay. I'm sorry. If one
Sean,
has to go.
Sean, I have terrible news for you, but you're fired from the show now. You're fired. That's it.
Hey,
like,
man,
I'm just gonna throw you. I'm gonna throw you out the door like Randolph the fucking Rainbow.
Hey, I love all
Rainbow.
pizza, but if I'm gun to my head have to choose, they are.
You're dead to me, Sean. Fucked up February has cost me 2 co-hosts now. First, Mark, where I made him sit
this
through.
would be your choice, not mine.
Fair. Okay, but I already lost. I think I kind of lost Mark after making him sit through Howard the Duck, and now I'm losing you over fucking Chicago pizza.
Dude, I love it. I just, if you're making, again, gun to my head.
Shit. Oh, shit. Spinner, man. I don't know how to feel about this character.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Imagine what would have happened had Henry Rollins got the part, because he auditioned for it.
I heard about that. That was funny as hell. I mean, and you know what? I imagine that's why he didn't get the role, is because he's like, I don't think I can do this. Oh God. This performance is Oh, pardon. That literally made my spit go down the wrong pipe. Really gotta love the all the uncomfortable lighting in the movie. Right out in the middle of the, everyone's just, you know, some dude is just like biting into their steak and just being like, goodbye. Oh man, these, look at all this over the top mob shit with the shadows and the lighting. You know, I don't know what possessed Danny DeVito to just go this over the top.
I don't know that this is necessarily that over the top, because there's always been people looking to, you know, get their hands, have their hands out, get their fingers dirty to get that money.
Although I find it really weird that they took all that time to get that beautiful glory shot, you know, of hiding Harvey Fierstein's face, and then only to reveal it in like a casual way in the very next shot. You know, is that weird to you?
Sorry. Again, the
I
flow
know,
gets
this shit is
interrupted
funny.
by the hilarity of the dialogue.
It does. It's it's fucking crazy, man. You know, remember when I said that he's the representative of the Republican Party right now?
Right.
Now that has aged that statement has aged beautifully right now. I got thrown out of the corporate penthouse. I got to pay taxes. I got threats against my life. I can't take this. Boo. It's just like, shit. If that ain't right, man, what a great lens to watch this movie through.
I love it. Smoochy's the face of evil, and it goes to this happy, smiling.
Oh, Times Square. Having your face out on Times Square like that, man. Although, you know, I grew up in the 90s, and, you know, we had all those great, you know, the classic kiddie shows that we make memes out of, like, nowadays. Fucking Blue's Clues, Barney, Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers, Teletubbies, all that shit. Were they ever, like, that big headline news shit? Were they ever, like, top news?
I don't know. By the time, so for me, I'm older than you, so it was like Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street. So by the time I outgrew that, I wasn't paying attention to news stuff. Like, if I would have seen a headline about kid stuff, I would have ignored it.
I guess we'll have to ask our, you know, 40 and over viewers out there. Be like, were kids shows really making that big of headlines? Or is it just what we call here at the show just random movie bullshit that is only exists to further the plot? I don't know, but I'm having a bet. I would not be surprised if it was simply that, just movie bullshit.
Yeah, but I mean, movie bullshit's fun bullshit.
Yes, especially when it's wrapped in, you know, a very sweaty Rhino costume.
Yeah. Well, I love the dynamics here, because it's like you have all these people who are genuinely. This is what's so interesting about this movie. They're genuinely being themselves.
Yeah. Say it.
He almost went
Say
there.
You know what? He should have. I think he utilized that same philosophy when he was in Incredible Hulk. Also, don't you really love it when you have very deliberate kinds of swearing in movies, where it's not just gratuitous or anything, but it's used precisely? One of my favorite instances of movie swearing in my life was in Fargo, where it's like where William H. Macy's character is trying to sell a car to this couple,
Mm-hmm.
and they're the very nice Minnesota kind of people that are just a very good God fearing people who like that. And he pisses off the husband so much that he goes, "You lied to me. You lied to me. You're a fucking liar." And he pauses and he has to blink heavily a lot before he says fucking.
Right.
I love that kind of character-driven kind of swearing where you use it for precision, and it gets that moment gets a huge laugh for me every time.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a special kind of delivery, and
yes. Yeah, we got a part for you. No problem. Please don't break my arm.
See, what I find so funny though, this threat of violence instantly makes him compromise.
Yeah, for real. I imagine there wasn't like they had a script there for that day, for that shot for Robin Williams to do, and Robin Williams and Danny DeVito just kind of looked at each other like, throws the script into the thing and just go, turn on the camera, just go, and they just boom, nailed it, done. Damn. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, Smoochy on ice. Oh, dude, to be powerful and loud in your message, and to not cash in on it.
Well,
it's
hilarious. Like, he's just so naive.
Mm-hmm. And we totally understand that, but we're like, dude, for real, be pragmatic. Again, Democratic Party is like, we need shit done. Hey, we understand your ideals here, but dude, be pragmatic about this. And I'm not talking about just the Democratic people, the Democratic Party as it is now. Just like the really overly liberal, the overly liberal headaches that just you want to just grind your face in, that Mike Judge was really good at impersonating and making fun of.
Yeah, it's like there's certain hills you don't die on.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh shit. She wants to fuck that dude something silly. I actually really do love the fact that they go full on kitty show host fetish.
Right? They're just like, well.
Hey, Harvey. This is actually really wonderful casting on Danny DeVito's part. I'm not gonna. Okay, so Sean, for real, I want to just like have a little heart to heart while these two are negotiating. Would you actually pay money to see Edward Norton do a Smoochy the Rhino ice show?
Duh.
Possibly
In a heartbeat. Look, I
would totally
pay money to see Edward Norton do just about anything. I think he's ridiculously entertaining, and it's even more entertaining when he loses his shit and gets mad. So it's just like,
yes,
it's like if it goes good, great. If it goes bad, even better.
So this also brings up another really great question. Yes,
can we talk about the fact that the last time I've seen this actor was also in a Robin Williams movie, playing the gay brother of Robin Williams' character.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's a mobbed up, corrupt children's charity runner. Like, it's ridiculous.
Oh, my Lord. So I gotta ask this because this brings up another great thing because you mentioned how entertaining he is
just a second,
when he gets really
that
pissed
line,
off.
Though, what world am I living in? The real one, you naive dumbass.
Yes, for real. But I'm actually curious because you mentioned that he gets really entertaining when he gets angry, and you're right. It works in this movie, and it works in the Hulk, and it works in American History X. But I gotta because he gets angry in this one and another one I'm about to mention. But is he better in? Where do you think he's more entertaining? Not necessarily better, but more entertaining. This or Birdman?
I can't pick because the characters are so completely different, and I love them both.
That's fair. That is very fair because, I love them in both. To be honest, like, and because it's such real. Because obviously this is the lesser parody of entertainment and whatnot. Birdman is just a lot more poetic about how it portrays the fractured psyche of entertainment and art.
Yeah.
And commercialism and all that. But in terms of just Edward Norton being Edward Norton, yeah, they're both kind of on the same radar for me, weirdly enough. You wouldn't think that I would compare Death to Smoochy to Birdman, but here we are. Oh, shit, yeah. Ricketts. Oh, you had to take an anger management and okay, are you sure? So, are you sure? Like, this isn't just Edward Norton walking in
well, right,
for this?
This is like, this is Edward Norton being like, I'm going to try and like spin up the absolute best parts of myself and ignore everything else.
It's a wonderful strategy. Although, you know what's really another little bit of trivia that I read about? The Rhino picture in the background. Edward Norton straight up kept that, and he still has that today.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, respect, sir. Like, he's going to keep a piece of memorabilia from one of the worst movies that he was involved in. Or at least arguably so.
I wouldn't call this bad. It's just a movie. It's such, you have to be you have to have the right kind of mindset and humor to appreciate this.
And that's exactly why we're doing it for Fucked Up February. Am I right? Because shit, this gets fucked up. We haven't even gotten to the most fucked up part. We are what? We are 46, 13, 14, 15. So about 46 minutes in, with about an hour to go, and we still haven't gotten to the best part. And right now we're getting this, because you know what I'm talking about, because it's being set up right now. And for those of you who knew this movie, yeah, you're in for a ride. And of course, you know, Robin Williams is just riffing with his famous voice work.
Oh yeah. She.
Oh my god. I also love how no one recognizes him with the beard. You would think that he would just like already know who Randolph was. Look at these weird close-ups, dude. Like, are we trying to see his pores now? It's actually kind of like disturbing how close these shots are and how ugly it feels. I know it's deliberate, but like this. It's this shot that I'm like, And what's even more distracting is to get both of them in focus. They clearly had to do two separate shots.
Oh yeah, and you can see
it shows.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
so horribly, but it also does create a mood for that kind of off-puttingness. But really, right here, that should be like, okay, if you've got a gig and this is where the driver's dropping you off, and you still don't recognize him,
right?
Like, what the hell, man? Like, right there, he should have recognized him. Through the glasses and the mustache. Like, he might as well, like, right before he exited the shot there, he might as well have just ripped off his mustache. You know?
Yeah.
It's so obvious. This shit. Got friends. Friends, we'll need friends. Oh, get us through. If I had $1, every friend. No one's singing along. Where are the children? Where are the children, Sean? Where are the children? Are there any children in the show?
What kind of friends is he talking about?
Worse, he's got his hand up. He's got his hand up to reveal the Nazi party. Did you notice that how he's like holding his hand up to hit the face away? Oh God, the swastika! Oh man. Wow.
Shots fired!
He's like, oh man, I just tried to get out of this shit in American History X. Now I'm being brought back in. Internally, Edward Norton's having that moment of like Godfather 3 with Michael Corleone. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. Oh my lord. That is still one of the funnier reveals of the movie. You just do not see that shit coming.
Oh yeah. The first time I saw this, I died right there.
Oh, I know. That's honestly really, because that is roughly the halfway point of the movie. And we're like, wow. I love the. I also love the reflection in his glasses to make him more intimidating. But yeah, man, that's the point of the movie where It's either hooked you or you're just out.
Right.
And
But
this dance
at the same time, like, if you've been in this whole time and that took you to go out, like,
oh, there it is. This is the one shot that they cut out for the release, because in the background, that's the Twin Tower.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awful. And again, which I can see why this movie has a new cult thing coming up. Oh, I love this shot coming up, where he does the flower with the dance. And it's dumb. I know it's dumb. It's stupid. But that shit gets me a laugh. Gets a laugh out of me. So, but yeah, I can see why this movie got a cult following in later years, because, you know, like, when this is, you know, released just a few months after 9/11, no one wants to see a dark and mean. This movie's really mean movie about two kiddie people. Especially, you know, like, did you ever watch Mr. Rogers' address to the nation about 9/11 and grief?
Yes, actually.
It's wonderful. And I know that must have come out, like, right before this. So you can imagine, of course, we were not in the mood for that movie right when it came out. If this came out right beforehand, I bet if this came out a year before, you know, March 2001, I guarantee you this would have gotten much better.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Because even now, it's like, people, like, I could have imagined if it came out a year earlier, you know, this movie would have been like, it would have been mixed with people. Like, some people like, not for me, and some people like, no, this is actually really kind of funny.
Right. The whole tone of the attitude of the nation changed.
Oh God, it's so bad, so fucking bad. Also, can we talk about the music choices in this movie? They go really out there, don't they? Oh, no. He's eating fast food.
Yep, and the methadone clinic has been shut down.
And he takes another bite out of the fucking burger, the Whopper. Now, see, that's when you know they've reached rock bottom. When a vegan has reached rock bottom, they will just eat a Whopper with absolute apathy. Okay, this comes out of nowhere, doesn't it? Just random homeless person gives him inspiration to go back out.
Yeah.
You know, there's actually a really fun fan theory going out there.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually Ricketts. Yeah, this guy, Ricketts. That was actually him.
And
he's now homeless.
Theory, yeah.
Yeah, like he's now homeless, bitter, and he's like, I just wish I could have done. What the fuck? What is with that close up? Step away,
Fish eyes.
Christ. Look, and this is coming from someone who loves those Terry Gilliam close ups, the wide angle close ups. Even Terry Gilliam is telling you to tone it down, Danny DeVito. His assumption is comically awful.
Right.
It does, you know. I know I just came to this realization that he's kind of the Republican Party, but it's not helping the fact that he's in a red sweater. He feels like he's acting like every rejected Republican right now.
Oh.
Oh, Lord, no. Oh, you were the one who... you just gave yourself away. Man,
Yep.
dude. I'm sorry, I cannot unsee that lens now. I'm just seeing the worst of the Republican Party in Robin Williams' character of Rainbow Randolph Republican. That shit tracks. What the hell? Fuck, I can't unsee that. It's awful and hilarious. I want to be on TV again. that okay, someone was being a little coy with the camera angles here. Mob is here to fuck your shit up. Doesn't skimp on the voices, man. I love it, actually. I love how they
the moment you realize brownstones are not comfortable.
Nope. Ow! Oh, yeah, he's got the hammer. Man, it's crazy how back and forth this shit goes. Because literally about 10 minutes ago, they were taking down Smoochy shit.
Right.
And now it's just going back and forth, and you're just like, damn, this movie moves fast. Because you would have thought that this was like the third act already. No, we're only halfway through. Who the fuck said that? Oh my god. Oh, who had an egg? Who had an egg?
You're a lawyer? That's someone touched my ass. You can't do better than that.
Oh, man. It's so strange. I know I'm getting hung up on this analogy, but man, this movie is a perfect storm of what the Republicans versus the Democrats have been going through over the last couple of years.
Right.
It's crazy weird. I'm not liking this analogy.
No,
and yet I cannot look away from it. It's that moment in Clerks 2 where, Rosario Dawson walks in on the dude sucking off the donkey. I'm repulsed and disgusted, and yet I can't look away. That is huge. Fuck! I can't get away from it, Sean! I just tried to walk away from it. Look what... He is caked in an American flag. I cannot get away from this fucking analogy. I want off this ride. Please help. Send help. This is not a show anymore. I'm being held here against my will. I'm losing it. This movie's starting to affect me, Sean, I think. Am I going too over the top? I feel like I'm going too over the top now.
Like, at some point, though, when you're watching this movie, you're just like, man, I don't know how to feel about these midget actors. Because, like, they're put through, like, you just know the shit they're having to go through to keep working, and you're just like, oh, God.
You know, it's times like that when I see, you know, like or another great example, I mean, obviously, movies like Bad Santa subvert that and whatnot. Like, they get a little person to play the bitter, angry little person who can only get the little person jobs.
Right.
Oh
shit! Did I use the wrong terminology a minute ago?
Midget, yeah.
Oh,
kinda.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Honestly, yeah. I mean, some people are okay with it. Some prefer dwarves.
I should be better about that. That's my mistake.
It's cool. I'm sure people, because really, because remember, like, it comes down to your heart. Is like, you know, I think Patton Oswalt had a great bit about this. He's like, you know, there's the person who's like, I am, you know, a cis heteronormative person, and I believe, and I respect others who have like different lifestyles, gay, pan, and bi, and omni, and all these things. But I also believe that, you know, heteronormative is the way to go because it is the best way to propagate the species. And then you got the other guy who goes, if a bunch of dykes or fags want to get together and fuck, like, who cares? Like, that's their problem, not yours, asshole. Like, I don't care if he's like, if that guy's like, I was born with a penis, but now I want a vagina. Like, that's how it is. Like, he's not a her. I don't care, but it doesn't affect you, asshole. So shut the fuck up. Second guy's the better guy. So, obviously, yes, we want to use correct terms and all for respect and that sort of thing, but there's just, because it moves and there's so much of the vocabulary that moves, especially in the last 10 years. It's because I think we both can say that we are very pro-gay, pro-transgender, progressive, all those things, and all the representation, Black Lives Matter, all that shit. Yes, we're with it, but we cannot always keep up with all the terminologies and nouns and pronouns.
You know,
it's exhausting.
But you know, at the same time, this right here,
what the fuck?
It's like, hey, I realize, like, oh shit, I messed up. I'm sorry. Like, I need to do better.
And that's where
the whole thing. You gotta own up when you fuck up.
Mm-hmm. Because I once mistook a friend. They recently came. Originally, it was a she. Now they're just choosing to be binary, and I accidentally said she. And they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, go." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I corrected myself immediately. And when you do that, that's when you show that you're trying.
Yeah.
Because you know that these people are actively persecuted. So when you know that they're trying, they're like, "It's okay. It's cool, man."
Yeah, it's like, look, I fuck. Like, people are people. You're gonna fuck up. Try and do better.
Yes. Boy, what a great tangent that was. Let's get back to the movie. Yeah.
And Danny DeVito reappearing.
Yes, again, once again, because again, I don't know how these guys do it, man. Like, because look, I'll cameo in a movie if I'm directing. I'll gladly do a quick cameo, like just quick insert, one shot, boom, bam, done. But if I'm an actual supporting role, or worse, the lead role, I can't trust myself.
Right.
I'm like I need to hire someone else to tell me what the fuck to do when I'm on screen. Because when I am directing,
the director's for?
Sort of. The assistant most people are like, oh, assistant director, like, you know. Well, assistant director is usually in charge of second unit, which means, you know,
I'm aware.
Well, for those of you listening, like, it's for you know, when you have several units shooting multiple elements of film to get the movie done quicker. Usually the assistant director will be in the actual director's chair for that specific unit. But otherwise, an assistant director, their job is literally to keep their job is in charge of logistics for directing. Because if you've ever directed a movie, you have to coordinate, you have to schedule, you have to set up this, you have to set up that, you have to do a lot of shit by yourself. And the assistant director is there to take that element of the workload off of your brain and just focus on the logistical shit, so the director can actually work on the artistic part of it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what all that's about. It's wonderful. We have not only do we talk about the movie that we're watching, we also give a lot of great film education here on this show.
We go all over the place, so.
Oh yeah. Save the Rhino. Okay. I'm sorry, but can you imagine how much horrible, but equally hilarious gay jokes you could make?
Yes, I do.
Rainbow
That is
Randolph's
exactly
character.
what I was just thinking. Save the rainbow! Save the rainbow! Oh my
Just
god!
a fucking maniac beating this man on the streets, just screaming, "Save the rainbow! Save the rainbow! Save the rainbow!" Oh my god, the horrible amount of gay jokes one could make with this. It's awful, it's disturbing, and it's also hilarious. Also, what is with this shooting style? What is with this? With the extreme close... Dude, are you trying to film your pores? Why is this so close? Can you explain, Sean? Because I'm at a loss for words here for this kind of... The way they shoot this is...
Well,
I'm at a loss.
I think the purpose of it is to show that, like, their eyes are saying the truth where their words are having to be genteel.
I guess, but because it's so close and because it's so strange to begin with, I just like you feel it feels like they're just being weird for the sake of being weird. Oh god, what is this? What?
He's going to be a Buddhist terrorist?
I was about to say, like, is he gonna actually do self-immolation? Also, I really find what I find really funny is no one is trying to stop him. They're just watching. Only in New York City would that ever be a thing.
Also, let's be realistic. The fumes coming off of that gasoline would have ignited so fast, he'd already be a fireball.
Yeah, he would be. Aw. And immediately loses interest. You gotta really love that you know, again, I would be a little bit more critical of the crowd here. Because, you know, guy tries to set himself on fire in the middle of Times Square, just watches and see, like, I wonder where this is gonna go. And as some kiddie show co-host comes out, they all flock to him like it's the fucking Beatles.
Right.
But you know what? Only in a city like New York could that ever happen. That couldn't happen in LA. That couldn't happen in Chicago. Couldn't happen in Boston or Miami or wherever. Of my mother. What?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you know, we don't, Sean, we don't call this fucked up February for nothing. Am I right?
It's moments like these you're like, oh, this is why this movie's on this list.
911.
Unless you're overseas.
Yeah. Boy, that'd be really awkward if this was airing in Europe, wouldn't it be? And you would think he would, as big as they are treating him out to be, you would think that he would be an international sensation. He totally freezes. Oh God. Oh, this is so bad. I honestly don't know if I can make fun of this guy. I really don't know.
You know, like, when you watch this movie, you're just like, there is no way in hell Henry Rollins could have played that role.
No,
like,
although...
He's too intense.
But, damn would I have paid money to see him do this role. Like, look, yeah, you're right. He probably would not have been able to do it. But, it would have been fascinating to watch him try. And it would have been really interesting to have him do his spoken word in that costume.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, dude? Can you imagine Henry Rollins in that costume?
No.
Doing his spoken
right
word.
There, we could just say no. I can't imagine him in that costume, let alone anything else that follows.
In all fairness, though, if Edward Norton didn't do this, like let's just throw someone else into this role, like I don't know, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, like let's.
He was
Jim Carrey
up for
in
it.
Norton's. Yeah, that I did hear. But let's just put him in his place. Can we actually imagine Edward Norton being in this costume if he wasn't?
No. Nobody, at this point in time in his career, nobody would have been like, hey, let's get him.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get the skinhead,
hold on, but that
crazy
shows
dude.
The brilliance of Danny DeVito.
Yes.
To know that, like, oh, this will work.
That's why I'm like, God, now I really want to see the version in the alternate timeline where Henry Rollins was in that suit. I want to just really, can you imagine him, like, in between takes, practicing his spoken word in that costume? That would have been an amazing visual.
Taking off the giant suit.
Oh, God, this is so bad. This is probably, like, the one part of the movie, like, okay. He's like, I want to fuck Smoochy. Oh, Lord. Smoochy is about... She's about to smooch Smoochy. Smooch Smoochy.
And here comes the real big mistake of the movie.
Yep. Where we were at the very beginning, where we just saw this Rhino Barney character being beaten to death and shot. Damn! Cold-blooded.
This scene makes you wonder how absorbent that suit is and whether or not there's a blood trail.
Probably. You know what? He's firing with a Colt at point-blank range. I imagine that bullet would have gone in and out.
It kind of depends on the caliber of that gun.
Good point, because that's right. Because I remember, I learned this only fairly recently that Vincent's Colt 45 or M1911 in Pulp Fiction, that was actually chambered in 9mm.
Well, that's just it. With the thickness of the suit, if it's a 9mm, I don't think it's coming out. If it's a 45, it is.
Yeah. So, guess it really depends. But then again, knowing the Mafia, they probably want to go with a lower caliber, so they probably did use 9mm. I don't know, whatever. But either way, he's fucking dead. Also love how they bury him in the jacket.
With the bell.
With the bell! With the bell and the boxing gloves, which is really fucking funny. They won't do the ball thing. It's against procedure. Actually, I don't know. Like, let me tell you about some of these the shit that these cops recently are pulling. So, yeah, man, we live in a fucked up, crazy world.
Also, I would
Sean,
like to point out the fact,
yes.
beside, most comedies run around 90 minutes. Like, this was running like hour 45, closer to 2 hours. Like, most comedies right now are about to wrap up. This one's like, oh no, you haven't been there yet.
We just barely got out of the second act.
It's like we're leading into it.
Although, part of me kind of wishes that this was, just a snappier, punchier 90-minute cut. Because there are a lot of scenes in this that just take up a lot of filler.
I mean, yes, but part of those scenes are to focus on the indictment of the entertainment industry. Like, that happens a lot more early on, and if you take that away, there's a necessity of this movie that I think is lost.
Mm-hmm. I'm also just thinking about, like, moments where he's stopped by that homeless person for an inspiration, things like that. Just really tiny little things that could have been trimmed and cut down on.
Yeah, but
I know there is a punchier 90-minute version of this in here somewhere, and I'm pretty sure it was written to be such. But, obviously, as I said, these people are obviously having the time of their lives making this, so their charm kind of worked its way back into the running time. God, look at the ugly neon green. Ugh. And I just realized they're being coy with the green because, right. Irish.
Yep.
And I'm like, come on. Oh, Lord. You just did what? Okay. Okay.
Whoopsie.
TMI. Oh, Lord.
It's really weird to see Jon Stewart with that haircut.
I know. It's not working for me. Which sucks because despite the fact that I like I said, I would love to get into a fight with him over Chicago-style pizza. But I still am a huge fan of his work, man. He's funny as hell.
Oh, yeah.
And super cool in real life. And he really wants to look out for the best in this country, too. Like, did you see his beautifully passionate speech to Congress about 9/11 victims?
Wait, what?
Did you see that? Like he was getting on Congress' ass because
yes, sorry,
yeah.
Yes, specifically because of the people who worked to save lives during 9/11 and they weren't being taken care of. I mean, dude, like, his integrity is unimpeachable.
It's amazing. Yeah, for real. He's fucking awesome.
It's like, honestly, like him and Steve Buscemi and the guy who was the voice for Batman and animated stuff. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Kevin Conroy.
Those men have like either volunteered for 9/11 or have fought for the respect of the individuals who did, and respect for all of them.
Yeah, dude. For real, Kevin Conroy is way up in the people that I want to meet later on in my life, because he was Batman for me for the longest of time. And I hear he's just like the super nicest dude in real life too. One of these days. I want to meet him and Mark Hamill. And if possible at the same time. That would my nerd head would explode.
Fuchsia is a word you don't hear often enough.
No, you don't. Robin Williams has just the most beautiful vocabulary that he uses to make the most eloquently vulgar statements. I love it. Oh man, we miss this guy. Don't you just like? There are times where you're watching Robin Williams and you just laugh your ass off, and then you stop and you just have a nice sigh of relief, and you go, "Man, I miss that guy." You know? Oh, where have I seen this guy? I know I've seen this actor before. And okay. Do you remember he was one of the freak shows in Batman Returns?
Yeah, I mean, but he's
the dude.
He's been a bit character in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because now he's the dude who has the Gatling gun.
Yeah.
That he shoots at the opening of the movie, and he's like, "We don't want you. We want Shrek." Like that. Now I remember where I've seen this guy. I hear he's like a really fun character actor. What the hell? Okay, Robin Williams, you need to sit down. You're having too much fun now. And I also gotta love the fact that he is still actively wearing his rainbow jacket. Which, I'm not gonna lie, that rainbow jacket is kind of fly.
Oh, dude, I'd rock it in a heartbeat.
For real, dude. You walk into the right bar with that thing, you will be the envy of the entire crowd.
Depends how you carry yourself, but very possible.
That's also very true. If you carry yourself well with that jacket, oh, you walk into the right bar, oh my God, you will be the envy of the entire crowd. You know, hopefully at a time when we can go back to bars. Oh God.
As always, this movie will derail any sense of flow.
For real.
Hey man, she's just got a kink for children's show host, man. Let her be. Don't kink shame.
She does. Oh my God, can you imagine? Okay, so this guy, because of this show, he was awarded this giant corporate apartment, right? If she's in the same like money tier as he is, I bet you that she can afford a sex dungeon, and she has all the old costumes in there. Imagine she just like hires dudes on the side, like wear this, and I'm just gonna give you the time of your life. Like, oh yeah, and oh God, that's a dangerous thing. You know, Robin Williams. I think that's another reason why Robin Williams got a Razzie nomination, because he is so mean in this movie.
Oh yeah.
He is really mean, and you know, at a time when we needed a good laugh and you know a good clean laugh, he gave us a really dirty, ugly, mean spirited laugh. And it's just something that we were just so not feeling for. Now, holy shit, it's really funny.
Oh. But see, this is like he can just seamlessly go from his like, hey, I'm ad-libbing this a little bit, I'm doing my improv shit, to back to the role of the character, and it's seamless. It flows.
Yeah.
It works. You don't ever miss it.
You can't. I honestly, you know, that's one of the things that Robin Williams is so fucking good at.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, you have a lot of actors that are really famous for their improv, like Jack Nicholson, or you know, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. But Robin Williams is one of those people that can totally improv off, like go way off script, and you can never tell the difference.
Yeah.
You can never. That's the real key of improv. Is, yeah, you have to be based in the truth of the script.
Yeah.
But you can go wildly off page. But if you lose the truth of the script, you're not there anymore, and you lose that seamlessness. That's the real trick to doing improv for acting. He's so nice and so naive, and that is such a horrible downfall, because you can still see the gears turning in Robin Williams' head, like way in the back of his mind. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Okay, I cleaned up half the poppies in Asia. Oh my god.
Good lord. Or like soy dogs with gluten-free buns. Even the fucking concessions is super patronizing. And it's so fucking funny.
Who wants a salt-free pretzel? I ask you.
Just really a really, really annoying vegetarian or vegan people. That's who. Because look, because I have several vegetarian and vegan friends. I do respect that. That's fine. But it's the ones that try to shove it down your throat are the ones that are like, okay, shut the fuck up and sit down. Oh my god, the riffs.
Oh my gosh.
Did I mention we're in fucked up February, Sean? Like,
as I said, it's like there are these lines. There's like the writing in this at some moments is just like, how do you not love this?
yeah, for real. And like I said, it's so strange to me because, like I said, the screenplay was by Adam Resnick. And
but you know there was a fair bit of punching up done, improv done. Come on.
Oh, of course there was. But either way, the base premise is still here, and I know for a fact that a lot of his lines are still in here. Especially the ones that are like, we both are like, that's fucking hilarious and great. Like, that's definitely Adam Resnick, because I just find it really strange that the thing that he is most known for was writing for The Late Show with David Letterman.
Hey, you never know where the talent's going to come from.
Exactly. Ratatouille is very wise on this. A great artist. Not everyone can be a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere. And apparently those artists can make weird, fucked up shit like this. Look at those rhinos in the background with the fucking anime masks. This is a horror show.
This is the most twisted version of Eyes Wide Shut I've ever seen.
Oh my god. Hey, check it out. Meryl Streep. Like, actually, that would be hilarious if Meryl Streep got in on the so this movie is this movie is going to be in 1 year from when we air this. Roughly about a year later, this will have gotten its 20th anniversary. So, I submit to you that we should get a hashtag going demanding we can just have it televised. Like, there doesn't have to be a crowd because of COVID. I understand that. But let's have Edward Norton return to do a Smoochy ice show.
Oh God, please.
For the 20th anniversary. Can we make that? Or hell, you know what? If we really want people to go sell tickets for this sort of thing, we'll wait for the 25th anniversary. Pretty sure things will be a little bit better by 2026. So 2026, 25th anniversary, we'll have a Smoochy ice show for real. The only sad part is, Robin Williams won't be there to, comically sabotage the show.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I can see why they wouldn't want to do it, because you got to have Rainbow Randolph just fuck up his shit.
You know what? This is the coming out moment. Give us Zelda.
Up?
Give us Zelda.
Zelda Williams, you're totally
She's amazing on social
right.
media. That's her coming out moment right there.
Dude. Fuck yes. Do that. Oh my
God. What?
Why? What? You know what? Actually, let's keep all this horrible bullshit in the actual show. Can we have
now
that?
Kung Fu. What? Why?
Why not? Like the big finale of the show should be someone just taking off their skate and just slitting fucking throats. Like, it's all staged and shit. Like, but how fucking great would that be?
Like, this is the moment this movie fully goes off the rails. But it's by this point, you're so invested, you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna roll with it.
Look at this Blade Runner bullshit with the neon lights and the dead body. I'm actually expecting him to, like, kneel over that body and be like, I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire from the shoulder of Orion. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Blade Runner meets Death to Smoochy. That would be a great mashup. There's so much great comedy to be made out of this. The neon lighting. This guy really has a fascination with classical music, doesn't he? Oh my god. So, what is this Amadeus horse shit here? How is this entertainment for kids? Am I right?
Why? Why?
Why would you put... Dude, there is smoke out there. Why would you put a laser?
Right?
You are just giving away your position.
Well, he is high on heroin.
Also, let's be honest. Remember, this is for the sake of dumb movie bullshit.
Right.
That's really what it comes down to. Because, look, right there. She saw the laser. Right there. Dude. Also, dude, you got to lay off them drugs because you got to keep a steady fucking trigger finger with that. Because you see how he's really shaking? Like, dude, easy. Whoa! He's fine. The horn. The horn. Oh my god. I gotta kill the rhino. Seriously, those fucking masks on the little rhinos is terrifying nightmare fuel. I mean, those scenes where it was lit, where the entire ice rink was bathed in red light, like, dude, that is some nightmare fuel. That would be a great haunted house, actually. For real, dude. Like, you... I never... What? No! You did not just do that. I never saw Venice. Well, at least that'll preserve the body, am I
right? Man, my whole life right there. The motto of my life right there.
I forgot to gauge. He's got a fucking gun. He just had a gun stashed away in that costume.
Yep, which shows how the demoralization and decay has happened to him.
Yeah, and plus, if you know, I forgot to point this out, but as the show was, as people were starting to pour into the audience, you could see police officers standing guard around the, like, what the hell? What is this movie, Sean? This is some fucked up shit. And of course, it's just got to end with a big chase and a mano-a-mano in a darkly lit corridor that's totally not a film set. Is that a film set, Sean? I don't think... That looks like a location to me. It's totally a set, you guys. It's 100% a set. like behind the window there is just a random light blinking to represent the police cars and nothing else. You'll probably have like the craft service table right next to it. Kill him! This'll teach you to be a perfectionist when you work under my movie. It sounds dirty. Oh, hi. Thank you. Okay, now, I just might be fucking crazy, but this came out in 2002, right?
Yes.
This set feels like it was recycled into the scene with in Spider-Man, the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man, where he accidentally kills Uncle Ben's killer. Look at the backdrop. Look at the set.
Could be.
Like, that. This honestly looks like the set. This was recycled from Spider-Man. I can kind of see that shit. Don't do it. If you pull that trigger, you're not just like them. Come on. Don't cross that line. That's show business, dude. Am I right?
Will photo.
Boy, you gotta love how how honorable she is. Oh, they gonna pop a cap in your head? Man, Pam Ferris is delightful. Well, yeah, it's New York, dude. Come on, dude. You performed at a meth rehab. You should know this by now. The film's running time would like to say otherwise.
Right.
Although I really got to give it to him to have not one but several scenes in set in Times Square. Like, it's not easy to shoot in Times Square. No. As Birdman will teach you. That editing is so strange to me. And now they become friends. And it ends right there with, okay, this is, so when I first watched this, because my fiance Katie, she pitched it to me. Like, I had never heard of this movie before, and she's like, oh my God, this is hilarious. This is one of my favorite things from high school that I watched. And she showed me, like, Robin Williams, Edward Norton, Danny DeVito. Like, and it's two kiddie people, just like dark comedy. Like, okay, I want to watch this fucked up shit. Because as you know, this is why we do fucked up. I love fucked up weird shit like this.
Okay, I'm gonna have to bring this back though right now to something we touched on in the beginning.
Okay.
2002. I'm actually, like, that's a very special year for me because I was obsessed with Robin Williams live on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
His Broadway stand-up was amazing. But now think about this. That same year, as you talked about, 1 Hour Photo, Insomnia, and Death to Smoochy. What a crazy year. You're on Broadway doing stand-up. You have this weirdo, fucked up comedy coming out, and two of your most lauded serious roles ever. Wow.
Well, remember, he also had the help of cocaine. He had to have been.
You never know. I mean,
I know he sobered up around like mid 2000s. So,
he was off and on stuff a lot, so it's hard to pinpoint.
Good point. It was a crazy time, but it was when the credits rolled when I actually got a little angry at this movie, because like I said, I had a fun time watching it the first time with my fiance. She pitched me this. It delivered. I loved it. But then the credits started rolling with the Comic Sans font, and I legitimately got angry.
But yeah,
graphic designers.
This is 2002. I think this is like before the hard hatred of Comic Sans came around.
Because she's a graphic designer, I have graphic design training. And both of us are like, fucking Comic Sans. It's the bane of every graphic designer out there ever. So when they started playing the credits with that, I'm like, why, Danny DeVito? You just made me hate you now. Because I had a weirdly good time watching this. Not just for that first time, but also for this one. Did you have a good time?
I always have a good time with this movie. This movie is just... it ticks the right boxes for me. I like messed up stuff. I love Robin Williams. I think Edward Norton is a phenomenal actor who's just a little too picky.
Yeah.
You know, you just get the right mix of stuff, and it's so fun. It's so fun.
It so is, dude. Oh my god. I had a real blast watching this. Not just the first time, but also, watching it again here, cuz I love crazy, dumb, insanely weird shit. I just love it when it gets weird. In fiction. In real life, that's another story. It's weird enough out there. I want off the weird ride for my reality.
Okay, to
but
be
in
fair,
my fiction,
I definitely like when reality gets weird. However, I like when reality gets weird in the narrow, not in the broad. And by that I mean, no, I don't want the world governments and the whole world to get weird. I want my weird individual experiences to get weird. If everything gets weird, there's nothing to anchor you away from the weird, and that makes it hard.
Dude, you right here and then. Holy shit, you just articulated exactly what I've been feeling that I've not been able to put into words. I hate the amount of weird stuff going on because there's too fucking much of it, and because everything is weird, there is no sense of normal to feel.
Exactly. You have to have that contrast to enjoy it.
Yes. Fuck. It's like the normal stuff is like, thank God. It's like, oh, shit.
You can breathe that sigh of relief because, like, oh, okay, like, I just went through the weird insanity. Now I'm back to the normal for a bit. It's like, you need that contrast to truly appreciate the glory of the weird, and when you don't have that, you're just like, oh.
Weird's a hell of a drug, Sean, man. Like, dude.
Yeah, be careful,
hell of a drug.
You know, for some people, it never got weird.
Because look, it's really fun when shit like, and this is true. The then acting Attorney General of the United States was embezzled in plots of Bigfoot, time travel, and extra masculine toilets.
Embroiled. Not embezzled. Embroiled is the word you're looking for.
Embroiled, yes. That's right. Thank you. My vocabulary is not the strongest. Especially after going through a weird slog like this month. But yes, honestly, I don't think it's ever going to get any weirder than that. But that title, Acting Attorney General of the United States, and embroiled with time travel, Bigfoot, and extra masculine toilets. I don't think it's ever going to get any weirder than that for our reality. And you know what? I'm kind of hoping it doesn't, because I honestly, I've seen some weird headlines in the news. I've seen Nazi furry rallies. I've seen, God, I can't even. There's too much of it. I can't even name it off the top of my head.
But yeah, the world has gone weird, and it makes it almost more difficult to appreciate the weird gems like this, because it's like, well, everything else has gone so weird that you approach this stuff and you're like, this was weird?
Yeah. Like after Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York, now president's number one, Trump's number one dude, goes up to held a press conference about not committing to the vote in between a crematorium and a porn shop.
Well, they booked the wrong location and they had to roll with it.
Well, I know, but I just I can't look. If I were okay, so you remember that moment in X-Men?
Hold on. Are you expressing any level of surprise that people associated with the Trump administration were not
No.
Hold on, we're not doing their due diligence? Because that's kind of the motif of the entire administration.
No, my point is like, I could tell people that, but if I ever got the ability, like in X-Men Days of Future Past, like I send my consciousness back 15, 20 years into my younger body and tell people that is how the presidency of Donald Trump ends, I would be like, look, that's how it ends. And they would look at me in utter shock, and I would be like, dude, I literally could not make this up if I told jokes for a billion years.
To be fair, they would look at you in utter shock just because of the words, the presidency of Donald Trump.
Exactly my point. That's the point. I could write jokes for a million years, and I could go back, tell go send my consciousness back to 15 years ago, and tell everyone that's how it ends, and I will have to literally look them in the eye and do their shocked, agape faces and go, I literally could not make this up if I tried. That's how weird this shit gets. Yeah. And I really want off that ride. Well, it's okay, because we're going to get off. The problem
is that then they will pointedly ask you, how did it start?
Well...
and I will judge anyone who doesn't say, well, there was this gorilla.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. There was this one gorilla, and it just got weirder from there. Well, thankfully, Sean, we're finally getting out of the weird, and we are moving into a new month for March, and it's great that I literally just before we went onto the show, I was like, this is the perfect segue from Fucked Up February into what now we are going to be unveiling as Mob March. All mob movies. Because it's great, because there's like a kind of mafia thing going on in this thing.
And we've got kinda. There's a lot of mafia stuff going on.
There is. There's a lot of mafia and greatly enough, even better, it's the Irish mob in this movie. And for the next movie, we are going into the Irish mob in probably one of the best mob movies ever made. I know it's one of your personal favorites.
Oh, yes.
You want to just reveal it to everyone?
We are going to dive into The Departed and get ready for a wild ride, because I think we've got plenty of stories and insight and history for this one. So strap in, folks. We're going to get it.
It's going to be awesome, dude. Grab your Dropkick Murphys album, throw it in there, and let's fucking do this. So, yeah, we'll be here next week. Obviously, you know, you can always catch us if you're wanting to share with your friends. We're on YouTube. We're on Anchor Podcasts. We're on Spotify, Castbox, Google, and Apple Podcasts. We all over the place,
bitches.
We're like herpes, man. We're everywhere. So that said, I've been Tim.
I've been Sean.
And this has been another episode of Never Watch Alone, where you'll never have to watch a movie alone again. Peace.